Language. What is language? Language are all the complex systems of communication. But are these systems of communication acquired or are we were born with them? Well, from my point of view, I strongly believe that we were not born with them. Language and all the systems of communication were developed since we were the weakest animal. We had a necessity to communicate in order to survive. After developing the systems were acquired for the next generations. But we do not born with these systems, we acquire them. But why do I say that we acquire or learn language and we do not born with it? First of all, because what is language? Language is a communication system, a very developed communication system. We develop communication systems to survive, such as other species, such as primates, wolves, or others. But so, what is different from our communication system? Okay, our communication system have more elements such as movement, speaking, drawing, or a lot of other methods to communicate. We, such being a very, very weak species, we needed to communicate in a very simple way, an effective way, because we needed to be fast, we need to survive. That happened in the prehistoric era. We did not born with language, we created. We developed a communication system that any animal could have and convert it in something better. But we do not born with it. If you still don't get me, here we have another argument. The alphabet, the Latin alphabet. This alphabet is one of the most used alphabets in the world right now. But why, if every civilization started with their own way of communication and language, why do we use the Latin alphabet most in the world? That's easy, for the same reason that the cavemen used the other systems of communication to grow as a species, to survive, to make better things. How could we develop? It is easy. Let's have one common alphabet, and in that way we can understand better and have a more globalized civilization. Language is a necessity. It is not an innate ability. For example, if a caveman's baby was born in the modern era, he would acquire our language, he would develop our communication systems, not the caveman systems of communication. That's for necessity. Maybe what happened is that we have a really good brain, we have a really good ability to learn things, but language is not born with. We develop with the tools that we have. Our brain, for example, a really developed brain. But having a really developed brain does not mean that we're born with the ability. We create it. But there's only one part that makes me think the opposite of what I have been defending. Throughout the time in the history, all civilizations have developed their own language system. So, if language is a communication system and all civilizations have go through communication system to language at all, how could all civilizations have gotten there so fast? Because it could be a civilization that have not developed it, but all civilizations have done it. Mayas, Aztecas, European civilizations, all civilizations, there is not that one civilization is still primitive. Even though they are primitive, they know how to talk in their own language, but they know how to do it. So maybe in that point I could say that I have a point against what I have been defending. So concluding this, I still strongly believe that language is not an innate ability. We develop it or we acquire it right now, and we still develop it throughout the years because of necessity, because of the need, and because of our actual goals as a species. And right now, what we want is a globalization, a common goal for all the world, speaking about human beings.